we are starting probably one of maybe 2 or 3 video series of the Q&A.
Yeah, Q&A.
Yeah, because you guys have given us quite a few questions, both on the community post that we did a couple of weeks ago, and then also I've received, I can't even count how many DMs and emails. So anyways, we're going to do our very best with answering all the questions that we possibly can. We have Ava here to assist us in reading some of the questions. But long story short, we are home now for how many weeks?
3?
About 3 weeks. Yeah. So about 3 weeks. I'll ask you first because I already know my answer, and that way you can, give your answer as you feel. Do you regret our decision to come home?
No, that's simple. Just no.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither at all. Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah, me neither. And I think that is in part due to the fact that we were kind of in constant communication.
Yeah.
And I think this may or may not be a question that I sent you, because I basically just sent her random questions out of the probably over 100, actually probably close to 200 questions that we've received. But a couple of you have, or actually quite a few of you have indicated to the point where you said that you were shocked, you were surprised, because we didn't give any indication at all about us being unhappy or anything like that. And the reason why, sorry, there's an ant. The reason why you didn't really get a sense of us being upset, or I think someone had said something about they didn't know we were struggling, it's because we weren't.
No.
Right?
No.
I mean, it was something we've talked about, missing family, from the get-go. If you go back and look at our very first videos, the day that we left, we talk about missing family the whole time. But we were so task-focused. I mean, days before, if I remember, I think we were in Daleville.
Yeah? I can't remember where we got off.
I don't remember where. Well, Kennedy Camp, I think it's where we got off at 758.8 mile. I just bought a brand new pair of shoes. So obviously, if I had any indication that we were really going to consider getting off trail,
You wouldn't have bought them.
Right, I wouldn't have bought those shoes.
No.
So I guess in a way you can kind of say you and I were as shocked as you guys probably were. What do you think?
I think that I know that I miss family a lot, but when you really just opened up and said, like, I'm kind of getting bored of the trail, I think I want to go home.
Yeah.
I never really realized I wanted to go home
Yeah.
that badly until someone really said anything.
Yeah, and I decided to make that declaration, I guess, to her at some point, because you had said things in the weeks prior on different occasions, kind of indicating the same thing.
Yeah.
And you never really came right out and said it.
Yeah.
But as a mom, this was my dream. And in fact, it was my dream from the very beginning that my husband and I were planning to do when we both retired. And I wanted to give her a safe place to express how she really felt.
Yeah.
And those of you that are watching this video that actually know us in real life know that Little Bear is very kind and very selfless, right? And that she will often put others first. And so my fear was that she would continue past a point of really wanting to be there for me. And at the end of the day, the moment that it was decided that you and I would do this journey together, for me, it became your hike. Because you're my daughter, right?
Yeah.
And as a mom, I will always prefer my children over my own needs, or at least over my own desires. Maybe not my own needs, because we have to take care of ourselves, of course, too. But I never wanted her to feel or have any undue pressure, like I have to keep going because otherwise I'll, let my mom down, or I'll disappoint my mom. And so, when I opened up to you that way, we really started having that open conversation.
Yeah.
And it just became, wow, we're done. We're both done. And I think when you said it, I think you said the word something like, we got what we came for.
Yeah.
And right?
Yeah.
I mean, many people that we met on trail came for a lot of different things. Some people had just suffered tragedy, and were coming to find themselves again, or to heal, or to make major life decisions, all these big, deep things. And the bottom line is we weren't coming for anything other than adventure.
Yeah.
And we got what we came for.
Yeah.
So long story short, that's really how it all came to be, and why it seemed like to you guys it was sort of out of nowhere, because it kind of was.
Yeah.
Which is also why we took 2 full days off trail in Virginia to go, are we really sure this is what we want to do?
Yeah.
In fact, the only person that knew, well, 2 people were my husband and my son, and we didn't even tell the girls yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eva.
Until the day of.
Yeah. Well, one, because we just didn't even know, and we were trying to sort out our feelings and make sure that's what we really wanted to do, and we weren't going to have any regrets. And as we open this video up, we have no regrets. And
Yeah.
758.8 miles on the AT was absolutely amazing with you.
It was great.
And I'm so happy that we got to do that together. And in the end, the journey became far greater than the final destination. And I feel proud that we genuinely, every step of the way to the very end, hiked our own hike.
Yeah.
Right? So high five, kiddo. We did a good job.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's get to the Q&A. Ava's got
Q&A.
some questions for us
Let's
that
see.
you guys sent. And so that way we'll answer as much as we can without making this video 37,000 hours.
Okay. The first one is, will you continue the AT as a section hiker? Probably not. I mean, I'll do some sections here and there, but I don't know if I want to do the whole thing.
Yeah, so maybe. I don't think, because my husband and I still want to through hike the AT. I still want to through hike the AT. And he and I have had that conversation. So he and I both plan to retire 6 to 7 years from now or so. And so we don't want to section hike so much more of it that then it kind of takes away from the excitement of if he and I get to actually through hike it together.
Yeah.
So we might do a couple sections here and there just for fun. We may even
just for the
redo.
funsies.
Yeah, we may even redo some of our favorite sections.
Yeah.
Ava, I know you might come with us on some of them as well. But the beauty of this will be that if we do choose to section hike some of the AT, it doesn't have to be we're gone for 6 months, like the best of both worlds, right? We'll be able to take family with us, and that will just be really, really cool. And maybe even, again, I'm thinking of like certain sections we can we can take them on and then stay at some of the same hostels, some of our favorite places, like I'm thinking like hot springs. And so we may do that, and I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, that was a long answer to maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question. Second one's a little bit of a longer one.
Okay.
You often hear about the Virginia blues. It doesn't necessarily mean sadness, but the weeks and weeks of hiking in Virginia without seeing the progress of a new state or terrain can be mentally exhausting. Do you think maybe this contributed to your decision a little bit? No, not really. I really liked Virginia. Virginia was really nice. I loved the open fields.
Mm-hmm.
I loved really everything about Virginia. I don't think I felt like I wasn't doing enough, so I think I was just fulfilled with Virginia.
I agree.
So, no Virginia blues for me.
None whatsoever. And I think we just happened to be halfway through Virginia when our realization really came to fruition.
Yeah.
But I think on several videos, we say the only Virginia blues I think we're going to get is when we leave.
Yeah.
Right? Because we love Virginia. So, no, when we talk about there were parts of it starting to get a little bit boring, I guess we should clear that up a little bit, because the mundane that was addressed in that question, a lot of people say, well, just wait, there was so much more fun and excitement to see. And I don't doubt that, because every through hiker we talked to said the best is still yet to come. The problem is it just didn't measure up to what we had back at home with our family. So as amazing as hiking the Appalachian Trail is, and trust me, you guys, it is absolutely amazing. It is.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great.
Right? Like, there are so many times where we can look back and be like, oh my gosh, we can't believe we did that, and we got to experience these things. But the boring part, I guess, what we were trying to say was that everything that we were seeing, we either wished our family was there to experience it with us, or everything that was coming to us as we traveled north paled in comparison to what we had sitting right back at home for us.
And just to add on to that, because you were just so task focused every single day, you wake up, every single part of each day was hard. And not saying that we quit because it was hard, but we got we got bored of the hard. We were looking for like a different adventure, like something else to do rather than just packing your bag, hiking up a hill, hiking down a hill, happy that's flat, just...
Yeah. Well, and I think that to expound on that even further, it actually was not very hard for us anymore.
Yeah.
And again, I know there was harder stuff to come, and the whites, I keep hearing, the hardest part of the trail was come. At the end of the day, you guys, we went from always looking at far out, the elevation, and saying, oh my gosh, what do we have to do today? How many miles? That was the beginning to, we didn't even look at far out anymore for the elevation. We're like, whatever, we're gonna climb a mountain.
We're gonna do it anyway, so
Yeah.
what's the point of looking and making it worse for yourself?
Right. Plus, it just wasn't that hard anymore. Every single day was hard, but for us, it didn't even really seem hard anymore. And at, our averaging out 15 miles per day, even when we did the 18s and 19s and 20s, I mean, we were just kind of like, okay, like, it wasn't that hard. And I think that's just because we were just rocking and rolling. I mean, we were in good shape. We were getting better shape every single day. We were feeling good. So, yeah, we were just kind of like,
I feel like the hardest part of the trail was definitely leaving family.
I agree.
Yeah.
We said it from the beginning, and I think that's where it is.
That's the hardest part if you're looking for any answers of how hard it's going to be.
Yeah.
What are the 3 things that you wish you knew before attempting the AT through hike, and what surprised you the most along the journey?
Okay, say that again. What are the 3 things
You wish you knew before attempting.
Okay, trying to move over. I don't know.
I think for me, the very first thing that comes to mind is that I wish I would have realized there's probably a better season of my life to attempt this. Because again, that's the only reason why we came home, was because we did not want to be away from our family.
Yeah.
So if I would have known that going in, I would have said, let's plan for a lash, right? Let's plan for like a month or 2 months or even 3 months on the trail. No, probably a month.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that being away from family was going to be as hard, even though I knew it was going to be hard. I didn't realize it was going to be as hard.
I knew it was going to be hard.
Just not as hard, right?
I don't know. I kind of expected that, but I didn't think it would hit on me like that.
See, that's what I mean. Okay, so that's one thing that we wish we would have known, because I think I would have just planned a lash or something different. What's something else?
What's more things?
I don't know. I really don't know. That's kind of it.
Because I think that we weren't surprised by a lot. I mean, we knew it was going to be hard. We knew like the physical demands on our bodies were going to be hard. We knew it was going to be hard, temperature dysregulation, to be cold 1 minute, to be wet 1 minute, to be hot 1 minute. Like, we knew that was going to be hard. We were very prepared for this. So I think everything we did, we knew it was going to be hard. So all of the things that were difficult, we were not surprised by them. I think the only other thing that I can say that I guess I was I wish I'd have known more is how difficult it was going to be to have to eat such terrible food.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that though already, so I can't say I wish I would have known that before, but that was like number 2 for me.
Yeah.
Eating that terrible food day in and day out, because our diets are really good off trail.
You see, Georgia me was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I get to eat candy and soda. Candy and soda.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the week.
Yeah.
I don't even look at candy anymore.
I know.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm chewing mint gum right now, and that's the only like sugary thing I have.
Yeah. Okay. So I can't really think of another thing. I mean, if there's something that comes to my mind as we're sitting here talking, then I'll answer it. And there was a second part to that question, Ava.
Oh, hold on. That was the second part. Did anything surprise you? The questions kind of mixed together.
Okay.
So the next one is, what advice would you give to others who want to hike it, and would you make any gear changes?
Gear changes? No, I don't think so. No gear changes. And what was that?
Advice you would give to people
Just
preparing?
general advice.
Advice I would give? I guess pack what you want to pack. Like, I brought, what is it called?
Your
like,
LA
your
bottle?
special item, like your
Your luxury item?
luxury item. I brought my luxury item with LE pillow, obviously. So bring what you want to bring. Make the trip as fun as you want. Carry out a can of soda if you want. If you're willing to carry the weight, just bring some extra stuff that you because it's going to be hard, so just bring like little luxury items to make your day even better. So that's the advice I would give.
That's good advice. Okay. It was advice. What was the other one? I'm sorry.
The other one was any gear changes.
Oh, the end of what we had, well, I guess towards like the last, I'll have to go back and look and see what we had, but no, there were not any gear changes that I can think off the top of my head.
I guess changing from your winter grill to your summer grill, but that's kind of it.
Yeah,
that's
but
necessary.
yeah, I wouldn't say any real gear changes. In fact, let's put that on the bookshelf and come back to that, because I think that people have asked for like a gear video, and so we can go through what we started with, and then and what we decided to keep. So we'll leave that for next time. And then as far as advice, I would say definitely, if you can, if it's a possibility for you, to train and prepare as much as possible. I know there's lots of people that do this out of what?
I said, I forgot about that advice.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that do it on the whim and they do just fine. And
you do you.
Yeah, you do you. But for me, I'm a prepper, and I felt very, very prepared. That's why I think when the question was, is there anything that surprised you? No, not really, because I had spent years watching videos. We've done multiple section hikes. We had done tons of like trips. I can't think of the word. I just went blank. What's it called when you like take all your gear and try it out?
Oh, what's that?
Oh my gosh, I'm completely
section
blank.
hikes?
Yeah, but
To test out your gear.
to test out your gear. Oh my gosh. Anyways,
Test
y'all,
hike, I guess.
you guys know what, it's a test hike. You guys know what I'm saying, and I'm sure you'll comment down here, please, because hopefully I'll remember by the time this is posted. But anyways, to test out your gear and to get really comfortable with it. And so that to me helped us feel more prepared. It helped us feel more confident. And ultimately, too, I think it helped us to enjoy ourselves more, because I don't feel like there was a huge learning curve.
No.
Right? And so that we were able to really have fun with our time that we were out on trail. Yeah. So that is some of my advice. I might have more. I don't know what else. Okay, what's next?
Besides missing family, Besides missing family, aka, if you ever overcame the homesickness, what was the most challenging aspects of the AT?
Sections of the AT?
That's just
I think in general, I think they mean like what else was hard besides missing family? Nutrition.
Yeah.
For me.
Nutrition.
Yeah.
Eating enough, probably.
Yeah, definitely eating enough. Although I didn't lose any weight, it's because I'm just growing. So.
Yeah, I ended up losing 12 pounds, which I was 117 to start with, so I didn't have a whole lot of room. And so for me, I was really, really feeling it physically. I was feeling weaker. At some point, it was really starting to concern me. But I think that I was starting to adjust and overcome that in the last like 2 weeks out on trail, maybe even 3 weeks. My body was starting to adjust, and I was starting to feel better, and I wasn't steadily losing weight anymore. I was kind of plateauing, which was good, but that was so difficult. The nutrition was really difficult. But like the elevation, the gain, the loss, the terrain.
You'll get used to it.
The weather. I've said it a million times on the videos, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable or embracing the suck.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be able to do that to be able to still enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
You had said you were both discussing ending your hike for a few weeks. Was there any particular event, whether friends leaving the hikes early, etc., that was your deciding factor? Let me know if I'm reading too fast.
Yeah, you might be.
No, I don't think that. I guess when the general left and like he had some dogs that he went back to, that made me really miss Ellie. Even hi.
There's a bird right behind you.
But there's like I could be with my pets too. So I guess that wasn't really the deciding factor, but it was definitely a part of it.
Yeah, for me, there was none whatsoever. I mean, luckily, I think, there was no event that was like, oh my gosh, this is it, I'm ready to go home. There was no nail in the coffin. There was none of that. It was more of a progressive, because we talk every single day for many, many hours, because we were just together, right? Yeah. We were very good at sharing our feelings. We were very good at just being honest. even though the last few weeks is when we kind of really started sort of, I guess, dropping more hints.
Yeah.
But for me, there was no main event that made me go, okay, yeah, this is it, I'm ready. I'm really, really happy to say that I feel, and let me know if you agree, but we left on a very high note.
Yeah.
We left very strong. We left feeling good. Thank God, no injuries, no illnesses, none of that. We left and we were like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
There was nothing negative. There was no sadness. We left way before we started resenting the trail or before we hated it. And that was important to me too, because I think that would negate all of the journey that we had already previously done if we left hating the trail. And we met and saw quite a few people that were miserable, that were just angry. The looks on their faces just looked like they were just miserable and disgusted, and we didn't want to leave like that. We wanted to leave happy and on a high note, still rooted in gratitude and just thankful for the journey that we had.
Okay, next.
Did you notice that despite saving for the hike, did it end up being more expensive than you anticipated?
Yes, a lot more expensive. And I think on a couple of the videos, I even discussed that I don't remember where we were. Oh, coming into Daleville, I think if you guys want to look at that video, I do talk more about the finances and how expensive things are. Yes, everything was much more expensive. Budget was not an issue for us on this hike because we did prepare for that, and even though it was a lot more expensive than I had anticipated, we were still prepared from that regard. But yes, you guys, budget, I would say at least $1,500 per month, probably minimum per person, because you never know. Like for us, when we were at not the NOC, that's when the family came.
Oh, geez, that was my heart there.
I'm trying to think of where we got snowed in. When the weather turned really bad, where we had to stay at that hotel for like 3-4 days.
What's it called? Wow, that's why I'm trying to figure it out.
We're blank. We're currently in the Keys, really
it starts with an F.
enjoying ourselves. Fontana. There
Fontana.
it is. Fontana. Yeah, so you can't control the weather, obviously, right? And so there's things that you're going to have to do that you can't plan for. And the weather is such a wild card when it comes to money and how much you're going to spend. Hiker hunger is a real thing.
I ate like 3 grown men.
She really did. Yeah. So yes, it is much more expensive, and as we know in real life every day, just being home, and you guys know too, the world is a lot more expensive than it used to be in the past few years, and so that 100% translates to the trail. Don't be fooled into thinking, well, how can it be so expensive if you're living in the woods? Because it is, period.
It is.
Like, it just is. And so
you guys don't realize how much you want to shower after like 3 to 4 days.
And eat.
And
right?
take a break, like a zero.
A
couple of days or whatever, really.
A week or so, to rest. Okay, what do we have next?
Will you both continue to keep in touch with us? Not daily, but possibly a wildflowers update. And how is your life going?
My life's going great. Loving everything. Can't have much wrong with my life. We're making a video right now, so so our plan, my life is going amazingly well. I'm blessed to be back home with family, absolutely loving transitioning back into real life or into the matrix. Life is going great and it's wonderful. And we do plan to continue. Originally, this channel, before we even had decided on the through hike attempt, was Wildflowers Adventures. And so not through hike of the AT.
Or not just you and I. So currently right now we were in the Keys, and we will have a video segment coming out of our girls trip and adventure of the Keys, and we do plan to hopefully go on an adventure maybe once a month or so and share that with you guys. And so we really hope to combine the best of both worlds, which are family and adventures, and share that with you guys.
Okay, next.
You mentioned while hiking that your family would like to live in the mountains one day. Is that still a far future plan?
Yes, of course. Although I don't hike them every single day, I still want to wake up and see the sunrise, see the sunset.
100%. My husband and I are still planning for sure that was what is the word I'm looking for? Reinforced. Being in the mountains for the last 80 something days or whatever it was. We 100% will move north when we retire and hopefully live in a beautiful area with mountain views. And yeah, 100%, that's definitely still the plan.
What was your favorite trail meal?
My trail meal?
I thought of mine.
What is it called? Peak refill chicken alfredo pasta. That was
Yeah,
that was my favorite so far. And maybe,
I've tried that one. That's good.
what was it called? I found this one trail mix. I forgot what it was called. It was super lightweight, maybe this big, and it was like 300 calories for the trail mix.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, I don't remember what brand it's called, but
it was a trail mix. Yeah,
yeah.
mine was mashed potatoes, Spam, and fig jam. It reminded me of Thanksgiving. And will I eat it now?
Mashed potatoes, Spam, and fig jam.
Probably not. But maybe on trail again. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Did the speed goats give you enough support?
Yes,
Of course. Yeah.
100%.
Speedboats were great.
Yep. And I did rock the topos there for, I don't know, a couple of weeks or so.
Yeah.
When they did not have my speed goats at that one particular outfitter. And I definitely still prefer the speed goats. The topos are fine, but I don't feel like they gave me as much support as the speed goats did. So yes.
Did you guys like talk a lot while walking the trail, or was it more of a silent, listening to music type?
We talked sometimes, like going up like a hard mountain. We would like play a game or something. Like,
Yeah.
one of the games that we would play is like think of an item at home, and we would give each other like hints to figure out to see what it is, to see what the item is.
That was fun.
That was fun. But,
Yes, I think we talked. I mean, at any given day, we were hiking or walking, whether that's including the breaks, that's including, getting water, but the whole day we would be together 10, 12 hours. So yeah, we definitely talked. Yeah. And then there would definitely be sections or portions where we would be quiet.
Yeah, we would just be both silent, both know that's hard, both know that's easy, and we're just trying to enjoy it. So
Yep.
Yeah. I remember that before you started the hike, you mentioned that your family didn't want you to quit just because you missed them. They said that you would come visit if you ever got to that point that you wanted to go home. Did this not end up being possible?
Unfortunately, it did not. So they came on, I think, week 3 of us being on trail, and that was at the NOC.
yeah,
And that ended up being a great visit until they left.
it was hard leaving them, but it wasn't as hard leaving them for when we got when we left for Georgia.
Oh, the very first time, yeah.
But
For me, it was. I cried all the way up that mountain. That's 7 miles straight up.
I very much dislike that mountain. If you're trying to do a day hike in the NOC, do not do that mountain. Do anything else. Just don't do that mountain. You're not gonna love yourself after.
I actually, not gonna lie, I'm kind of not looking forward to that if my husband and I do go through with
if you guys
attempting the Thru hike after we retire. I'm not, but here's the thing, I think things will be a lot different because it's Dad and I, and he's also my best friend, so I think there's just a different dynamic there. Plus you guys will all be off doing your own things, so there won't be any sadness in my heart. But yeah, that was tough. But so they came then, and we had thought they would come in another, I don't know, maybe month or so. But because of my husband's work schedule, and then the farther north we came, or we walked, that it was too difficult really for them to get the time off. And so unfortunately, no, they were not able to come and visit us much. And I don't think that played really a significant part in us deciding to come home.
No, but it definitely was that was hard. Now we gotta do something harder until we see them again, which I don't think we saw them again.
No, that was
we only saw them one time,
and then
because since we live in Florida, we have to do Florida to Virginia. I don't know how long of a drive, but not
anywhere between 12 and 14 hours depending on where we were going to end up being.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I wish that they would have been able to come visit more, but also I don't know that I wanted them to, because every time they left it was just
reigniting that homesickness.
It just made it even more sad. So we're right at about 30 minutes. I think we're going to go ahead and end the video here, because that was a tiny sampling of questions that you guys have for us, but we also don't want to make these videos 6 hours long.
Yeah.
So we'll do maybe a couple more in the coming days. But any closing thoughts that you want to say?
Thank you guys for watching, and the journey is just as important as the destination.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, on that note, yeah, we're so thankful that so many of you have supported us all the way. You know, some of you have been with us during the prep.
Yeah.
And then all the way through the journey, and many of you are still with us now and support our decisions. So we thank you so much for understanding, and you know, we're sorry. We know a lot of you are disappointed, and we get that too. But I can promise you, we are not disappointed.
No.
We are happy.
Here.
Yeah, glad to be here. Happy with our decision. At the end of the day, no regrets for us. We chose family over any other adventure.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to regret choosing you guys, choosing our family. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for part 2 of our Q&A.
Whenever that happens.
Yeah, whenever we get that out. Also, be on the lookout for the Girls Keys trip. I will get those videos edited and uploaded so that you guys can continue to be a part of our adventure and a part of our family.
Also, Jaden is here, so.
Oh yeah,
not
she's just
All 4 girls.
Yeah, all 4.
Yeah, she's in the room relaxing and
chilling.
Just chilling on the last day in the Keys.
Yeah.
Love and light to you all. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.